Hi friends! So today I decided that I wanted to create some original characters. I decided to design some characters and create some parameters around which to allow my creativity to be unleashed, because I don't know about you, but if I'm just able to create whatever I want with no guidelines or anything, my mind goes blank and nothing comes out. So I decided what would be fun would be to create some characters around basic shapes: triangle, rectangle, circle and square. I have an 11-month-old and he's just started inserting things into holes, specifically those toys where you try to insert a round ball into a square hole or the square peg into the triangle hole. And so it has me thinking about shapes a lot. And then also when I was practicing drawing faces, I was trying to think about ways to create different characters through faces, and one way is to create characters based off shapes. So I thought, I haven't drawn a full body in a while, it might be fun to play around with that. And I haven't drawn a full body in a while because I haven't done any anatomy studies on full bodies, and every time I try to draw a body it just comes up looking all disproportionate and weird. And so I did ideally want to do some anatomy studies first before I delved into legs and arms and stuff. But I also want to work on creating a more simplistic style that is just very cartoony, very sketchy. And so that's part of what this page in my sketchbook was about for me, just creating something simple, something that reminded me of my Cartoon Network Hanna-Barbera days. Is that how you say it? Is it Barbera? Is it Barbara? You know, like the creators of the Flintstones and the Jetsons, like just trying to tap into that very simple but effective style. I can't actually remember the last time that I created an original character. It's something that I used to do a lot as a child. I actually used to write stories. I say used to, I dabble in writing stories still, but I used to write stories and I used to draw what the characters in my stories would look like. It would help me get to know the characters better and also unleash my imagination a bit. But I found that the older I get, the more inhibited my imagination is. And I don't know who said this, but I think it might have been another YouTuber, or I might have heard it in a podcast or in an audiobook. I get so much media input, I need to enjoy silence more in my life. But anyway, somebody was saying how we often self-edit too soon. So when it comes to drawing or writing or doing any kind of creativity, before we've even put pen to paper or pencil to paper, we've already decided that it's a bad idea. Whereas when we're younger, as children, we tend to just put pen to paper and see what comes out. And I'm definitely guilty of that. I definitely self-edit and I edit too soon. I think it has inhibited my creativity over the years, and it does. I lost footage. I lost footage there. I don't know what happened, because actually this circular girl was my favorite to create, so I'm really sad that my footage is gone. And also ignore the crying baby. He's fine, he's just not getting his way. Yeah, so I haven't created anything completely new in so long, just because I edit too soon. You need to let something come out on the paper before you start editing, and that's something that I want to get back into the hang of, tap back into my childish imagination, and just enjoy creating things for the sake of creating them, and creating things even though they might not turn out okay. I'm just realizing watching this back that I've given her 2 right feet. So that's frustrating. I didn't notice it the whole time drawing her, that her big toe's in the wrong place. So I have to go back and fix that. So, as I was saying, I have lost footage of the Circle Girl, and Circle Girl actually ended up being my favourite to draw. I am guilty of drawing long, skinny girls. We'll blame it on the patriarchy, we'll blame it on ridiculous beauty standards, but I am guilty of drawing long and lean skinny girls. I rarely draw full-figured girls. And even the Circle Girl, I wanted her to be fuller figured than she ended up being, so it is something I need to work on more. But I really enjoyed drawing her. I think she was the most successful of my shape girls. Actually, no, that's a lie. I feel like Triangle Girl, Rectangle Girl and Circle Girl all have some personality. Square Girl was hard because it was hard not to make Square Girl a second Triangle Girl. But my thought process going into Square Girl was to have her be a shorter version of Triangle Girl and to have her be more boxy. So when it came to designing her clothes, I gave her this oversized cardigan or jacket or whatever it is. I was trying to give her clothes that would make her seem quite boxy, and I wanted to give her short little legs, a short little torso, just give her short everything. And then obviously she just has like a t-shirt dress because that's essentially a square, while a rectangle, so if it was a square then she would be exposed. So, and then also with her boots, I wanted to make them boxy, stompy boots. Give everyone knees, everybody needs some kneecaps. The hard part was with their faces, so I think I do want to go back and work on their faces and work on incorporating their shapes into their faces. And again, some more lost footage. I think what happened was that my memory card kept running out of space and my camera battery kept dying. I think that's what's happened. That is exactly what happened. I know that's what happened. And so yeah, we're still learning, we're still playing around with this format. I need to make sure that I have enough space and battery before I start filming. So then I just wanted to go in with the line art, and I tried to pick colours that reminded me of the shapes, if that makes sense. So green felt like a triangle to me, I guess. And as I was doing the line art, I was trying to think about their personalities, what their name might be. I think this Triangle Girl, I don't know why, but for some reason she feels like a Polly to me. Maybe it's a reference to Pollyanna, maybe it's because she seems like she's very twee, very, very perfect and proper, that she's the one who has, who bakes and who always remembers your birthday and who always has the perfect parties. So a little Miss Green Girl, Miss Green Triangle, she is Polly. And then when it came to Rectangle Girl, the colour blue spoke to me. I guess I should have done some colour theory. That's what I should have done. I should have looked into colour theory and shape theory, because I think there actually is a theory about what colours mean and what shapes mean, and it could have spoken to my characters' personalities. Okay, look out for part 2 where I actually do my research on colour theory and shape theory and decide my characters' personalities from there. But Rectangle Girl, she seems very strong. She seems like she has a strong personality, that she thinks for herself. So this is a trick that I got from Rin from Drawing with Waffles, which is when you make a mistake in pen and ink, you just stick a post-it over it. If you don't like the inconsistency between the colour of the post-it and the white of your page, then this isn't a trick that's going to work for you. I guess you could cut out a bit of paper, a white piece of paper, and stick that on top instead. But I quite like it. I feel like it gives texture and depth to the sketchbook, so that's what I did. What's funny is that the pen legs that I drew on the post-it aren't any better than the ones that I drew underneath the post-it, but I think I was running out of free time to film at this point, so I was like, we're just gonna go with it. So Triangle Girl, she's strong, she sets her own mind, has her own will. She's a bit on the grumpier side. We are going to call her Renee. I don't know why. She looks like a Renee to me. Not that any Renees are grumpy. I apologise to any Renees if you feel like you're grumpy. If you feel like I told you you're grumpy, you are not. Circle Girl. Circles are happy. Circles bring joy, they have no hard edges, and so I put her in orange, which I feel like is a happy, summery colour. She just enjoys life. She takes the mick out of herself, she takes the mick out of everybody else. She just has a good time, and I'm gonna call her Ola because I feel like that's a nice round circular name. And then Square Girl, I feel bad for her because I feel like she was a bit of an afterthought. I feel like she's a budget rectangle girl. I'll revisit these characters and try and give her some more life and some more vivaciousness. But for some reason the name Kemi is speaking to me, and I don't know what her Kemi is short for. But as she's a short girl, she needs a short name. So yeah, I feel like she's a Kemi. And there they are, my shape girls. I liked this. I liked just using my imagination, the little imagination that I have left in my old age. In the future I want to design some more original characters. This was fun, as usual. Thank you for watching. Good day, good evening, or good night. Goodbye.